welcome to Scundered. This is the podcast about embarrassing stories, and I have guests today that, would you believe it, are not stand-up comedians. I'm delighted. I am extremely happy to be joined by one of my favourite local music groups, which sounds, I should take out local, that sort of diminishes it. One of my favourite bands, and they are the String Ninjas. Please welcome Mick and Gavin.
What up, dogs?
I could give a little bio of, what did you say? What up, dogs?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine.
DAW.
So I'm good. This is my introduction because I googled to see what a snappy summary of you guys would be. So it's this: that you're a Belfast-based instrumental duo comprising Gavin Ferris, fingerstyle acoustic guitar, and Mick Conlon on electric violin. You're known for your energetic and original live performances. You utilise looping and a blend of technical skill and engaging banter to create a sound that is bigger than their two-person lineup.
Calm down.
It's
Sorry,
the
I'll
engaging.
handle this.
It's the engaging banter. Did you write this?
No, this is so weird because there's no looping in our set, and it's all done live.
Yeah.
But the weird thing is, we got booked by Roe Valley Arts to do a gig November, is it, or something like that?
11th.
And they put up a blurb, and it said that we live loop, and it's just all of a
And
sudden went everywhere.
Do you know
don't know
what
where
it
the
is?
fuck it's come from.
I'll tell you what it is. It's AI, because that's the AI generated.
Really?
Yes.
So we're fooling
So-
AI that we loop.
Somebody maybe once wrote it somewhere, like, I think they use looping. Like, it could have been in anything.
They're
and
loopers.
now, they're loopers.
Fucking loopers.
But that means if somebody else is putting up a bio for you, it means they've used AI.
Yeah.
They haven't written it themselves.
But maybe AI's listened to our music and thought
And
we're
thought
looping,
it
and maybe
was.
our timing is that good, and because we've always
Is it?
said our
I
timing's
always
not that
joke,
good.
yeah.
'Cause
There you
you can loop when you're one, but see when you're two, it's
relying on
it's-
each other.
It's
It's
too much.
Explain to the people who are listening and watching what
Looping is famously what Ed Sheeran does. It's some would say it's cheating. It's not really cheating. If you're one person and you're trying to be five,
Yeah.
it's easier than having like a split personality disorder. So you'd sort of start with like a drum beat, and then you'd hit a button and it would just loop it.
Yeah.
And then you'd play a wee bass line and it would loop it, and then you're just sort of layering and layering
Yeah.
and layering. The difference is with us, he does all that live, and then I go, look at me.
Looping, the quickest way.
I season the casserole. You know
Do you
Yes.
ever go to an open mic night and the fucking song takes forever to start?
Yes.
That's looping.
Okay.
That's exactly what it is. You're going, why the fuck is he playing with that fucking Tamagotchi on the floor there?
But you guys, I honestly, there is something very different about you. You're not just on stage playing music. There is there's a what's the word I'm
Raw
looking
sexual
for?
energy.
That's what I'm trying to go for, Gavin. But were both of you solo? You were a solo performer when I first met you. So how did you end up meeting and forming?
Well, he hired me for his dad's birthday
right.
at the restaurant he worked in. I used to blag my way into gigs and used to sit and practice in the corner, and people were like, "Oh, that sounds nice," and I'm like, "Well, thanks. I don't know what I'm doing." So he was managing the restaurant. He says, "Right, having a party for my father. Do you want to come in, do all this sort of stuff?" I did, and then I was like, "Oh, you play violin in that really shit Celtic rock band, don't you?"
Celtic rock,
Yeah,
eh?
really shit fucking
Yeah,
Celtic
horse
rock
lips.
band. But the thing is that But yeah, so he was working out as a waitress in the cocktail bar when I met him, and yeah, so he was like, "No, I'll have too much on." No,
Yeah.
do you ever see the Ron Burgundy thing? You know, where he's asked to play jazz,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Oh no," and he just whaps it out of his sleeve. He was like, "No, I'm not even bringing it. Next
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
it's under his fucking.
That's I'm like
5
that.
pints later.
My whole life I've been like that. When people are like, give us a song, I'm like, no. Like music in the pants. I'm just like, no.
Where's the keyboard coming in?
Just plugging it all in.
Like one of those things when you take it out and it runs up your arse, runs up the keys. You know, like a fucking what an intro.
Were you 5 pints deep whenever you did Song for Peace?
5 pints deep.
No. I know you were like 12.
I was totally deluded. I genuinely believed that was going to be me. Sort of like, this is me
yes,
discovered
this
as a
is
teenager.
This is Charlotte
So this
Church
is-
on this morning doing PA.
yes.
I remember that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Had there been internet back then, I would have had my wee YouTube channel and just writing songs for, world problems, solving world problems. Yeah, all of that. I took myself so seriously.
Up the shankle as well.
I know.
Jesus
So yeah,
Christ.
this yes,
Someone's going to clip that
up
and go,
the shankle.
He's a big staunch loyalist.
If you don't know what we're
We have to do
referring,
that.
if you don't know what we're referring to, this was so String Ninjas. You did support for me for my show in the Waterfront, which was you were brilliant, and
the
you were
stage manager hated us.
another act that I regretted having because then I was like, they were very good. I don't really want to go out now. You're meant to get someone who warms up the crowd but isn't as good. So anyway, that was a big mistake on my part. But anyway, they were brilliant. And then, so the end of that show is me showing a video of a song that I wrote in 1993 for Peace, which I think did contribute to the Good Friday Agreement. What do you mean?
There's not much peace going on about it at the minute.
Do you know why? Because I haven't written a song recently.
I know,
yes.
you need another verse. You need another voice.
I need an updated version. Yes.
Some ninjas involved.
Some string ninjas involved. I would love to hear your version of that. Yes, please.
Come on, bring the band in. Mariachi, okay? I think that's where we're going for this. Everybody likes tacos.
But it was but it was so well-meaning. It was so very...
Bill Clinton.
I thought... Bill Clinton?
Yeah, that era of Bill Clinton going... I love everybody. Everybody should, come to the Oval
I
Office
was more like, I thought it was Live Aid. I was like, the world's going to get on board here. I'm going to be discovered and be famous, and everyone else will lay down their arms when they hear the song.
If anything, you encouraged it.
If anything, they were like, she needs taken out, right? No, it was, it did well, but I got quite badly bullied afterwards because I was they made a music video of me where they took me to the Shankill Road and had me miming in front of a Christmas tree while the cameraman hid in the Christmas tree.
Yes, that's
so
right.
The people of the Shankill Road.
I didn't know that bit.
Yes, the people of the Shankill, and this is December 1993. It was a really dark time, and there's me standing on the road in a Dorothy Perkins hat, right, and a wee candle, miming to my own song, just like.
Oh my God.
Like pumping my chest and it was...
This is like a new porn category, POV music video.
I'm sorry if this is turning you on, Gavin. I can't help it.
Raw sexual energy. We did stay there at the start.
But yeah, it was something to behold. So in that show, I talk about it, and I talk about how I had these big aspirations and nothing really happened afterwards, but I then show the video at the end of the show.
It was wonderful.
And
I pissed myself laughing at the whole show, not just that bit. But it was very good. It was. I think it's the first time I'd seen you in like a full show, because I've seen you in bits like doing like the Empire and stuff and all like that there.
Yes.
But yeah, it was my first time seeing you in its entirety, and I was like, fucking right.
Thank you.
I was in tears hugging Fraser and everything. She's so good.
She's so funny. Well done, Fraser.
So much money.
I'd also like to thank you for leaving a carry out in the green room for us.
That's right.
Oh, you're welcome.
It was, but the stage man, I remember, because before we went on, I was like, I think we were meant to do like 20 minutes or something. And before we went, I just went, so let's just do 20, Teresa. And you went, lads, do what you want. The looks we were getting from the crew, because obviously
I shouldn't have said that.
Other room, and then you have the bars being opened, and they have to coordinate all that. And then so whenever we finished, and it was a break before you would come on, there was no bars, so everyone was pissed off at us. But you'd left the carry out, so I just walked out and was like, with the 4-pack of Heineken. What's happening?
On stage.
Salt in the wound.
Yes, I'm more professional now. Yes, I realise that timings actually are important, but never mind. Sure, Bill had a great night.
Show.
It's a great night. Yeah.
That music video did give me PTSD.
The music.
I grew up in Ardoyne in the 80s.
I know the VHS pure quality probably did you favour.
Yes,
You had a cameraman hiding in your bush.
Yeah. Yes.
I used to have paratroopers hiding in ours.
All right, okay.
Like,
so it did give you a bit of
they were on the hunt,
flashbacks.
know them peacekeepers.
Teresa brought them in. So we need to silence this woman now.
I know.
Get in there, find
but
her.
there was a bit. They took me to once they took me to the Shankill Road to film it, they took me to the Ormer Road for balance. All right, you have to sort
That's
of.
not the opposite of the Shankill.
It's certainly
That's
not.
like Diet Shankill, if anything.
Well, no, it is now, because the Ormer Road's so bloody hipster.
No, it wasn't then. But it wasn't. It was to go to a children's playground for me to walk around while it was empty and walk past empty swinging swings and sort of point to them and go, "Oh my God,
we are the world."
Yeah, and sort of. It was so cringe. But anyway,
Look,
I'm actually experiencing it, and look, here I am now.
And this
The
is
success that I am.
therapy. We've been needing to
It
address this with you
is,
for a while
it
now.
is. It wasn't a bad wee song though. I must say, I wrote it for my GCSE music,
Yeah.
and then I had to sing it for like about 6 years after. Every time there was a school concert, they'd be like, "Here comes Teresa Livingstone singing a song for peace," and they'd all be like, "We've signed the Good Friday Agreement. Why are we still hearing about this?" Also, it's St Patrick's Day. Why is she singing a Christmas song? But
What did you score in your composition? I was terrible at mine.
I can't even remember.
Like performance, I was like top marks.
Did you do GCSE music?
Yeah. I did A level
Yeah.
as well. But,
Oh, did you do A level?
but
Mhm.
like my music education is so weird because I was on like grade 3 or 4 music theory in primary school because my violin teacher was just like, you need to learn it.
Yeah.
So when I got to secondary school, and the first year of music in there is grade 1, and I was like, I've
Yeah,
already
it's
done
too
this
easy
test.
for you.
So I got 100%. First person in Somali's history ever get 100%. And I was like, but I told you I'd already done it before.
Yeah.
I wasn't even there going, look at me, I'm a genius. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I told you
yeah.
I did it. So I was already like GCSE level by the time I got there.
Yeah.
So I just had these 3 years of just boredom.
Yeah.
So by the time I got to GCSE, I was like, I couldn't.
You
give a
weren't
shit
really.
anymore.
I know.
It's weird. I didn't do any formal. I actually fucking hated music in school.
Yeah,
Hated
that's
it.
quite
Do you know
common.
the worst?
I think.
Do you know the worst teachers
Yeah.
to teach music are music teachers? Do you ever notice that? Because they're especially
having-
classical.
I was one.
Well, look at your song.
Was.
Sing.
You became so like my music teacher was like a classical pianist.
Okay. Oh, so I know what you
So-
mean. That they're quite narrow
So
in
it was-
terms of
it was-
what they consider.
Yeah, for me personally, like not every, like some people learn. You go, here's the maths behind it on. They're like, oh, you
Yeah,
understand
yeah.
that, and then you go, now let's put that into practice, and they go, oh, that's what they struggle with. Whereas for me, it was like, right, here's G, C, and D, and then here's
Yeah.
F and this, that, and the R. I
Yeah.
can't even name
Yeah,
the other
yeah.
two chords.
Well, it's just the alphabet.
It's just the alphabet up to
Struggle
Q.
with that
I
as
think it is,
well. Yeah.
Sorry, we'll cover that next week.
We'll cover that next week. And then so after you learn like the hard all works like with
Yeah.
your hands and whatnot, then you can go, now this is why those two chords go together, and this is why you can now use this chord. No, is that right? It was more like a visual way of doing it rather than here's fucking dots on a page.
Yeah.
Make sense of them, would you? Like
Yes.
I remember she had us do like write a recorder piece, and we had to score it ourselves.
The recorder.
The recorder, do you know what I mean? I mean
Yes.
PTSD for everybody
Yes.
worldwide.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Including teachers. Yeah.
But she, so I genuinely didn't understand what any of it meant. I still don't know what a quarter note is. Like I'll hear it and go, that makes sense, and then go, gone, it's gone. And I sat outside the class before we meant to go in, and I just wrote loads of squiggles on a fucking page.
Yeah.
I handed it up to her and thought, right, as long as I hand in the book. But then she goes, right, guys, we're going to play these in front of the class. And then she was like, so all these people, all these fucking, and then she was like, why aren't you playing along? Here's me, how the fuck are you playing anything? Like, there's nothing
Gavin
there.
didn't realise he'd written 20th century serial.
Yeah.
Did you just copy and plagiarise Schubert?
But she must have been just like, this is amazing. Do you know what? It does make me laugh when I think about, because I think a lot of it comes down to the teacher. I think you're right. And we had a music teacher at one point who was just so obsessed with just getting you to the next test. Do a test, get your mark, do a test.
Yeah.
And even I loved music, and I wasn't that bothered by school, music in school at that point. But we had to do recorder tests in front of the class. You had to go up to the front of the class and play the Match of the Day theme tune, right?
I don't even like football.
Dun, 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 dun. That was the
still
song.
play it.
I remember this so well. And there was a girl who was like, I forgot my recorder. And she was like, well, you're going to have to do the test anyway. Somebody lent her a recorder, and everyone was like, no. And then she went, well, just do it on a ruler. So this girl,
Is that your sex ed class?
this girl stood in front of the class. I never forget it. And she was just like with a ruler. She just went, and she started to sing it, do, 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 like trying to get the. And I was like, what is happening here? What is actually happening?
Did she even have the embouchure at the top?
Don't make that face ever again.
But yeah, so that's fine. You make whatever
What's the
face you
joke?
like.
Was it many D's or a match of the day?
What?
D D D D D D D D D.
It's a classic.
It is.
Yes,
It's a staple.
classic.
You know?
Here, compare that to my music teacher. And my A-level music teacher didn't talk to me for the entirety of upper sixth. And there was 4 of us in the class.
Oh God, why?
Because he was the head of music, and he was the orchestral conductor, the choir conductor. I was in the chamber orchestra, the string quartet. I was in
You were a
everything.
violin player, and yeah.
But then it got to like getting in the upper sixth, and my dad was like, mate, I was just I basically had a full-time job at school.
Yeah.
And
you were just basically servicing the music
literally,
department.
I was like past people.
Martin, we're all priests as well.
It's like Martin O'Neill's having a fundraiser at the Europa. We need a string quartet, right? Let's go. Do you know what I mean? So like you were always doing something, and then you was like school of music shit as well. So my dad was like, Michael, you need to stop something. So I was like, so I suppose I'll leave the choir. So he went to the head of music and went, Michael needs to leave the choir.
Yeah.
Because he needs to like concentrate on his grades.
Yeah.
And then I'll name it, Father McGee. He became a monk. God love him.
Monk McGee.
He spoke
Depending on how the story ends, we may bleep out his name.
No, sorry. No. Oh, he's not that one.
Okay.
Fuck you, Father. Fuck you.
But he refused. He's like, no, Michael's integral to whatever. So my dad went, fine, I'll go over your head. So my dad went to the principal of the school.
Yeah.
And he went, that's fine. And he went and told Dan McGee that I had to leave the choir and for the entirety upper sixth, unless he absolutely had to.
Yeah.
He would not speak to me. He fucking hated me.
Oh my God.
I know. Them good old Catholics.
I know.
Turn the other cheek.
But there's only 4 of you in the class. That's horrendous.
I know, but it was all right. It was grand because it was shite anyway.
How'd you do in your A level?
I got an A.
You did better than me. And I went, you see, it's people like you that maybe should have gone on to teach it, not me.
Well, no, actually, no, I'm a terrible teacher. I have no patience.
Yeah.
No,
He'll tell you, because I try and teach him music theory in the car when we're driving to work, and he goes,
it's probably not the way to do it either, in the car on the way to work.
Because I just pretend I don't understand, just the about I can drive, Mick, by the way. I've had my license for 5 years. I just don't give a fuck. Me and Fanula, my wife, have been playing an elaborate practical joke on you. You don't know if that's true or not.
It's been a long game.
It is. That's a long joke, I know.
Well,
So anyway. you joined up forces basically in, like, how many years ago was this?
Professionally, we're 8.5 years.
8.5 years.
Romantically,
it
feels like
longer.
a lot more.
Yeah,
a lot of docking going on. So there is beforehand a lot of docking.
but this wouldn't work if you didn't like each other, or you couldn't. You know,
Well, the money's
you
good,
don't
like.
have it. Oh well, okay. So maybe I'm wrong. I see. It's the first time you've spoken since.
See, to be fair, like, we've shared hotel rooms together, and I don't think you could get a bond closer than that these days. You know, and there's things that we've seen. Oh, Jesus. Jesus, the toilet wouldn't close. The toilet door wouldn't close.
You wanted to get to know somebody, that's the way to do it.
I could, if he goes missing, I can find him.
Jesus Christ. So did you say you were in Salford? So you are playing all over?
No,
would you be all over around the UK?
when we first started playing together, Gavin was just like, right, Belfast is shite. Let's go try play other places.
Yeah.
And so he would just just get in touch with people in random cities, and then go, Mick, you have a car. Let's drive there.
Yeah.
And then we got the ferry to Liverpool. Played in Liverpool for a couple of nights. We booked the venue, and then we drove to Manchester, and then we did Salford, and then we went to Leeds, and went up to Edinburgh, and then we came back, and then played 3 gigs in Belfast when we got back.
Yeah.
And by the end of the 3rd gig in Belfast, the day we got back, it was like, you know, obviously ABBA, knowing me, knowing you. Mm-hmm. We literally were standing on stage with the John Buick going, I can't even fucking look at you right now. I
can't speak to him anymore.
I'm sick of you. I'm just...
It's intense.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
But look at us now.
No, yes, sir. Yeah, yes, they're great. And I think there's something about, because you're not just standing in a corner playing music. You do have a really good, like, I hate to use the word banter, but you're really good at talking, speaking, and having a presence on the stage as well, and getting the audience kind of involved.
I think because we don't sing, because, you know what I mean? Like, people don't realise this. When somebody sings, they are singing at you. Do you know what I mean? Your brain automatically picks that up. So whenever we're doing like anything and there's no singing involved, people can listen, and it's all but it's not intrusive.
Yes.
So then when we start to talk to people, it brings them in. So it's like, right, we have to have that balance of, you know, here's a joke, here's us making fun of ourselves. You know,
yes, there's so much better. Because I mean, I used to be like a pub singer, like when I was a student, just up around Donegal, and I hated speaking to the audience in between songs. I would rather have just stood for 3 hours and sang at them because I couldn't. I was so nervous whenever I spoke. I don't know why.
It does help being a 2, by the way.
Maybe that's,
I was shite at it
when
we started, and like he took the heavy lifting when it came to the talking. So now I've got my own bits that I do. And I'm comfortable, but he's still like the main driving force.
Yeah,
there's a guy we seen. He's a friend of mine, Haitham Mohammed, over in where's he from? Newcastle. Hatham's unbelievable guitar player. He's just such a naturally funny person, like. And we were doing a show with him up in Edinburgh for the Edinburgh Guitar Night, and I was watching him and I was going, mate, how the fuck are you? Like, it's just so natural. And he just goes, I just say whatever the fuck I want, and if people don't laugh, I just say something else. And I
Yeah,
was like,
yeah.
Right,
It's as
fair enough.
simple as
Let's
that.
just do that. Let's just do that. So I would just say shit, and he'd be the only one laughing, and I just go to the audience. Well, go fuck yourselves. You know,
You see, the thing is, I wasn't trying to be funny or anything. I was just I didn't know what musicians were meant to sort of say in between songs, and I would just make up requests. So I'd be like, I've had with pieces of paper, I've had a wee request here for Mary and John, who just got engaged. All the very best. You know, there's maybe only like 9 people there, and they're all looking at each other like, who got engaged?
Here, mate.
And I'm like, Mary and John.
That's
you're
a fucking
all the
fantastic idea.
And then I would just sing whatever was next on my set list. And I remember one time, this was a long time ago, I was singing the song Road Rage by Catatonia. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
It's not a very good song.
It's
all over the front page. That was my next.
That's tremendous.
We should do a thing.
That
That
was
a duet.
That was my Mix all over like that. That was like the next song on my list, and I was like, Mary and John have requested this. This will probably be their first dance. And then just when I was like, what's the next song? And I was like, oh, it's Road Rage. So it's like, it's all over. And again, everyone's just looking around going, who the fuck are Mary and John?
I wonder if any radio
lying.
DJs ever played that during drive time.
I'm sure they do.
Like that would be.
I'm sure they do. Here's
There was a
one
thing
for all of
ages
you.
ago, like apparently you're not allowed to play Ace of Spades because people like naturally, because it's such a like a pumped up sort of song, people do
come off
start
the
to
road.
fucking they start driving a bit more erratic. Do you know what I mean?
I know. Sure, BBC didn't allow a whole lot of love to be played on their airwaves for many, many years, whilst they still employed Jimmy Savile, because apparently a whole lot of love was suggestive.
Well, they need
There's
balance.
Jimmy
'cause
just
it's
stroking legs on
suggestive?
top
But
of
they
the
need
pops.
they need balance. Too
yeah.
much love, you know. Let's
Well, Jimmy was balancing people on his knees and getting away with it. Like, so,
find the center point.
but
It's all about balance.
But back to your point about like us talking and stuff, because like I always I'll say it. A lot of musicians are dull as fuck and really like. It's all about the
Looking
music
inwards.
and, like, just stop taking yourself seriously. The world is serious enough.
Yeah.
So that's more. It's more. The thing is, we're the butt of the jokes. That's why we set up like a Grindr account and
Yeah.
stuff, because we were like,
Sorry.
Yeah.
You've set
Yeah.
up a Grindr
Sorry,
account?
he really needs to like lay the foundations to this before we start going forward.
What, for the two of you, like as a duo?
It's a big we, as in it's only spelled
It's
with
a
one
wee
letter and it's
asterisk.
an I, and it was him.
all right. So
Okay.
anybody who's ever seen
your
our show,
Grindr.
well, I probably do tell this story on stage, but for the massive audience that is the Scundered fan base,
Don't be sarcastic.
me.
For the 100, yes.
I give you a
yes.
free
Nice
t-shirt.
me.
And this is a free t-shirt, by the way, I'm afraid. Yeah,
But
go
no,
on.
so basically a few years ago we had this idea of like, how do we get people to a gig, like a clever sort of marketing thing. So Gavin's been married and with his beautiful wife for many years. I have not.
With his wife. Yeah.
So you know,
Not to my knowledge,
That's the way it works.
in the single world, you know, that there's a lot of dating apps out there and stuff. I mean, so when I did this thing, like a lot of the apps that exist, there was only really 2. It was Tinder and Grindr.
Yeah.
So we were like, what would do? We'll make up like a Tinder account and then we'll just like match with loads of girls and then be like, I'll see you Friday at the Limelight. 5 her in. And then
actually a really good
And then we'd
idea.
walk out on stage and go, hey, there's a room full of people want to ride us.
Actually, that's even better.
But I didn't. But I was like, it's very creepy for 2 lads,
To do that
big
to women.
hulks like us, to do that to women. So I'll tell you what, we'll do a Grindr and make ourselves the butt of the joke.
Yeah.
Pardon the pun. But I'd only ever used Tinder, and Tinder's like eBay. So you put up a few product images, a radius
From a few different angles.
a little bio. The only thing missing is a fucking review section. They really should implement that.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, that would be
It would
game
work.
changer. That.
But
Was much smaller in
I
real
didn't-
life. Yeah, that's
Why is it so dry?
and so I thought, no, we'll do Grindr, but Grindr's very different. It's more like Deliveroo.
okay.
And you like, so my brother is a gay man, and we'd be out having a drink, and he'd go, he's gay. He
Just recognize him from
he just wants
Grindr.
some friendship, and I go, how the fuck do you know? And he'd show me, and he goes, it's literally like that whole
Yeah.
gaydar thing is real,
Uh-huh.
but it's on their phone,
Uh-huh.
and so,
So you can see within a certain distance.
like within the meter.
Oh,
Which
within
one-
me. That's not right.
Which one's like Just Eat?
Now that's a Hinge. I don't know. You caught me off guard there. So, so I set up the profile, and I found a nice like black and white noir type picture of us from a wedding. You know, all
Yeah.
the shoulders were popping, the hair, the beard was glistening, and it was like, "What are you into?" So on Tinder, it's like men or women, and age range and distance. That's it. But on Grindr, it's a wee bit more detailed. So I was like, all the different things you could find. I went, networking. Because it's a business venture.
Okay.
networking doesn't mean. I don't think it means what it's meant to mean. I think it's meant to mean. I think
it's not swapping business
Remember the old
cards?
sauna around the corner from the Kremlin? Basically like that.
Did it not say wet working?
No, it did after. So I went, there you go, boom, profiles like, and like staying true on brand. Our username was @stringninjas, as it is everywhere.
Yeah.
Hey, so I texted him. I went, I've done it because I had the time. He's got kids and dogs and a wife and a house, and I was like, I'll do it. I've got the time. I'm probably sitting there hungover. It went live, and 15 minutes later, I texted him and I went, I've deleted it. He went, why? Is this because I've been sent so many dick pics? I didn't. So on Tinder, you have to match with somebody before you can talk. On Grindr, you don't. You just send them your dick. Nice and I was like, I mean, I don't like looking at them at the best of times, but like, you know, when I'm hungover in my pants,
over in your pants.
So I deleted it,
down,
and so that's so I thought, wouldn't it be funny if we walked out on stage in the limelight and there was 800 men who wanted to get to know us?
Yes.
I guess it's the equivalent of, when Coca-Cola changed their recipe and they were like, oh, it's a fucking bad idea. And they changed the packaging.
I love the idea behind it, but those dicks were all attached to paying customers, surely. You still could have got them in.
It's like, John, I don't recognise your face there.
I know,
it is John.
Yes.
Fucker, he
Let's
is.
see your ID to get in. That's it.
But it is funny doing that joke on stage and being like, and they're all here tonight.
Yeah.
But we did it once. It's funny because like we always run through like all the different social media platforms because people go, follow me on Facebook and YouTube.
Yeah.
Like there's so it all became a thing because I used to say, oh, get us on Bebo and MySpace and Teletext and get our special at Extravision and just stupid stuff. Just we giggles, make people laugh. So I thought one of them should be true. But then we were doing support for the Hot House Flowers in the Guildhall a couple of years ago, and their audience I think is a little bit more nice,
settled.
They're not raucous like a lot of our audiences would be. So I was like, before we went on stage, I was like, right, we can't swear. I was like, oh, I need to edit. I've never had like, I know comedians have to do that sometimes where they have to go, I'm in a different town, I need to reword that reference so that the locals will get it. So I was like, I can't say Grindr, I can't say Pornhub, I can't say UJizz.com, I can't do any of it. So I was like, plenty of fish. That's an old reference. Said plenty of fish, got backstage, got a message. Hi, my wife's on plenty of fish looking for you right now. What's your username? So there you go, that one backfired, but there you go.
It's hard when you have to change because like when I was doing the Edinburgh Fringe last year and I was talking about teaching in West Belfast and not that I assume everybody everywhere should know what all the different areas of Belfast are like, but I thought I was saying enough to imply that West Belfast was great, but just not somewhere that I had grown up, and it was a different experience.
As very tactfully dealt with.
As a little, like a middle class woman coming in with her music degree. But so anyway, I the first few shows I would say, so I was a teacher in an all boys secondary school in West Belfast, right? And people would just stare at me and go, "Lovely," right? And I'd be like, "No, it was not."
Job, Teresa.
And yes, so I had to change it, and I was like, "How can I describe it to people?" So I ended up putting into the show that teaching in an all-boys being a music teacher in an all-boys secondary school in West Belfast is like finding yourself in the middle of a prison riot and you're the only person going, does anybody want to start a choir?
Yeah.
And that kind of got it. And they were all a bit like, all right, okay, yes, no, I see where you are now. But it's hit and miss. Because if I had changed the place to like, I was teaching in like...
Well, if you were doing it in like Glasgow,
East
you could
London,
say...
You could change it to a local place, but it's...
But not during the Fringe, whenever the audience is
They're from all over the place.
Yeah,
it is kind of because it's the makeup of the audience completely changes.
Yeah.
Fringe, like,
Yeah. Well, listen, have you ever had... This is about embarrassing stories. Yeah. Do you have embarrassing stories from...
No.
Anyway, welcome.
As we were.
Yeah, it's lovely to be here. I should say thank you for the t-shirt. This isn't just, I don't just manifest guests by wearing their merch. Just sat here wearing this t-shirt.
It would help though, to be fair.
No, it's very nice. Can people buy these?
Yeah,
to a degree. Yeah.
Wow, the enthusiasm.
Well, I'm actually in the process.
Hassle.
I texted him yesterday and I was like trying to like get us underwear done. And
underwear?
Just for us, you know.
But
But no, I thought like Christmas is coming up, like boxer shorts and pants and socks, things like that. So, but it's a whole big. I'm like,
it's another
does anybody want to do it for free?
hassle.
Any students out there just want like an internship?
Anybody good at
Yeah.
embroidering? That would be good. I'd love to have my face embroidered on a budgie smuggler.
There's only sweatshops in Lenadoon that want to take on some work.
There's a lot of sweatshops in Lenadoon, but they're not making underwear of it.
I know it is so much work because never mind your actual performance and gigging, everything else that goes like all your marketing, PR, trying to think of different ways of getting people in, and it is
That's
crazy.
what they say. Like there's a guy Rick Beato. Do you ever follow him on YouTube?
No,
He's class. He's from he's a music producer, but he's also like a phenomenal player. Knows all the famous people. Like, and he was talking about how he says like how it's changed so much. So you had you actually used to have a production line. You'd have the guy that looked after your PR. You'd have the marketing team. You'd have the recording engineer. You'd have all this. He says now it's just basically like no, fuck you. You're doing it all now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So
And still giving 75%.
you're still
record company.
yes,
So
yes.
so it is. The whole landscape's completely changed. But in some ways, it's like it's a hassle. But in other ways, it's more open because all you need is a fucking microphone and a camera or recording device and like all the information you need now to mix and master. Like it's all there.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
Like obviously,
You just need the
experience.
time. The
But this is
time.
it. The
That's
time's
what I
the thing.
find the hardest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The admin's a melt.
I used to do so much for us in the way of PR, like all the videos now we put together and all the wee graphics. Now I used to do all that, and then you're just like, this is fucking never
Once
stopping.
you start,
like.
once you start, and then you're sort of locked into keeping that content going and everything. It is.
But where he went wrong was doing the videos whilst he was in the shower.
Okay.
And like trying to go
Water and
the merch we have to
electricity
sell.
don't mix, like, so
Like legit, he's in the shower, soapy beard and everything, but he's appearing from behind the curtain. And then every comment under the video was Mick took the video, Mick took the video. And I'm like, you can hear his wife laughing behind the camera. And
You should just lean into those things and go,
yeah, fucking right.
find us on Grindr.
no, it's too much Velcro. No.
He ain't heavy. He my brother. You know?
So listen, embarrassing stories because I think right, you two as young men. Do you remember back all that long time ago? Were you prone to embarrassing yourselves, or were you more sort of
Never stops.
suave, confident?
I was quite unassuming. I was such a quiet boy. It was probably when I went to uni and I met girls and started drinking that I sort of,
Of course, you were in an all boys school.
yeah. So just too busy running from the priests and but if my butt clenches are on
I just
point.
imagine a Scooby-Doo scenario. Could have gotten away with it too if it hadn't been.
No, I was well behaved. Like I would do punishment homework that wasn't for me just because the teacher had a lazy eye and I wouldn't question it. I was that kid. But then I never got if there was like a class detention, I would just go and say, "Oh, I've got orchestra practice afterwards, sir." That's all
Hold
right.
them to
Michael,
ransom.
you're
You
okay.
still want me to be in the orchestra, don't
even
you?
when I got my GCSE results, my GCSE results weren't good enough to get back into school, and the careers teacher went, "Michael, it's okay. We need you in the orchestra." I was like, "Is this what it's like to be a jock in America?"
I was going to say it is, isn't it? Like on a
Get a
football
full
scholarship.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, all them.
And then you did fucking nothing with it. You did nothing with it. You're stuck
Until I
with
met
me.
you, babes.
So you went to uni and met girls, and then dating and all that
Yeah.
starts not being too
You grew some
presumptuous.
pubes.
No, I'm still a
Yeah,
virgin.
So you had your
Kids.
first kiss when you were 25, I
Is
believe.
it,
No,
There's a documentary coming out about that soon.
Actually, no, it was in an entry behind Jamaica Street in Ardnoy when I was in it. But well, we were all there, like
Yeah.
His name was Dumpster Kev, and he was very gentle, and he wore chapstick.
No, it's actually Groucho from
Willie
fucking
Mask
Sesame
on.
Street.
yes, it was really massive.
Willie Mask.
Sorry, Teresa.
Embarrassing stories.
Yes.
I need somebody to make me feel better because what you didn't see in this podcast is literally as we sat down, I pushed my chair back and knocked this entire set over. So you can see it
It
happens
really
to
settled
me.
me.
Watch till the end.
Happens to me on a daily basis.
That's going to get you looped in at the end, isn't that right, Luke?
This
Luke's
is
going to
us-
put that at the end.
me
Stay tuned for the
trashing
bloopers.
this set. Yeah.
Well,
Like
yeah.
liar. Stay tuned for the bloopers.
Oh yeah. Oh, that was the best part of that film.
Oh yeah, it was actually.
really
I know
was,
what you
wasn't
mean. Yeah.
Fucking Jim
Right,
Carrey.
please tell me an embarrassing story for the love of
Well,
God.
I've got. I was invited on this podcast, right?
Yes.
And that woman came in and just wrecked the fucking place. She did. She came in, fuck me.
I'm quite clumsy.
Here, we've only 3 hours left, so do the
Right.
do the
So what do you want? I've 2. So
Right, okay, so give me
I'll give you the titles, and you decide. what
Okay,
you do.
right,
So
do that.
Brown Alert on Ulsterville Avenue,
okay.
or
Love it.
or First Night in Paris.
I think I'm gonna have to go with Brown Alert and Ulsterville.
Excellent. No, here this is so funny because I actually about 3 years ago completely remembered this story and actually wrote it. No, I tried to find it to bring it in for you, and I couldn't.
To
pass
it was, on to future generations.
Yes, that's it. You know what I mean? Like scribes will fucking find this in a cave somewhere and go, "What the fuck?"
It's on a tapestry.
So this is weird. So I think it was Ulsterville Avenue. You know, like at Lisburn, that dirty part of Lisburn Road. Oh, where all the students used to knock about. So my girlfriend at the time had moved in to one of the houses down there. No, down the fucking bottom. There was long ass streets. So it was a party house. I was never really a party person. I used to smoke a lot of weed and just stay out of trouble.
Yes.
So like I wasn't really in that world, but she kind of was. So there was this big party at the house one day, and I was there, and I was fucking serving canapes, and everybody's doing lines and all, like, you know, and a moose bush there. And so one thing led to another, and somebody like ripped the toilet off the floor.
Oh my God.
So the next day I wake up, being the young man, I have indulged in many kebabs and sauces and whatnot. So I'm like, oh fuck. And I'm from West Belfast, that place you despise so much, right?
I love it.
And so I was like, right, I can't get home. There's no way to get home in time to solve this issue. So I had remembered, right, so about 5 or 6 houses up, there was two friends of mine that I used to work with in the Limelight, Kev and Black, and I was like, fuck, their house. They showed me to their house once, right? Okay. Once. This is a key thing, right? So I went to myself, fuck, do you know what it is? I'm going to go up here and I'm going to rap their door, and their housemate would recognise me and all this sort of stuff.
Just looking at him in the side, he's reliving it for you. Carry on.
Right? So I went up and I fucking seen the house. I was like, yeah, that was their house. So I rapped the door. And then as I wrapped the door, I realised it wasn't their full house. It was one of those houses that was split into two.
Yeah.
And I was
Flats,
rapping.
indeed.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, flat.
One of those houses. We all agree. You live upstairs, I live downstairs.
Isn't that like a Protestant marriage, isn't it? Like,
it's called flats. Yes.
I thought that was a type of shoe you wore to a wedding.
You like the Divis Flats? You're like, we're all one big house.
That's a dance troupe up round my way, the Divis Flats. They're fucking Kelly dancers.
Right,
but,
go on.
So I rap the door, and this fucking gorgeous woman answers the door, and I'm like, you're not Jared, right? So I says, I'm confused, because I'm like fucking sweating here, and Madras sauce coming out my fucking eyeballs. So I'm like, right. So I explained the situation to her. I was like, listen, I'm friends. It dawned on me that what had happened. Yeah. They were living downstairs and they'd been confined to the attic. So he's like, listen, I'm a friend of Jared and Kev's. He says, do you know if they're in? Because I'm trying to get a hold of them. She's like, who's Jared and Kev? Then this other wee girl comes out, right? And she's very good looking, like your typical, like, you know, country student come in, you know, fucking gorgeous, you know, but they're taking no nonsense. And so I says, right, fuck it. I said, listen, I'm from down the street. I'm friends with them too. The toilet's broke, and I need to go. Would it be
get out of the way?
Yeah. Would you be okay with this? And you could see them going, "The fuck are we gonna do here?" So they went, yeah. So I went into the fucking bathroom, and it's typical, like, really clean, lovely fucking thing. I was in there for about 25 minutes.
Oh my God.
And I fucking dominated that toilet in there. I had the time of my life, and a few other people's as well.
And they're really like, oh, this is great.
Yeah, so they're obviously like this is what I imagine going on. Like, I'm here, and they're in the next room going, what the fuck are we gonna do? Like, what the fuck?
Call the police.
Yeah. So I fucking now listen, I was respectful in the sense that I didn't fucking trash the place, but the toilet did get a feeding.
Jesus Christ.
It got
and let me did you open a window at least? Or like
spray
a wee bit of something?
The only thing that was open was the door, as I just fucking legged it out of the fucking. So I didn't even say thank you or nothing. I realised I was like, this is fucking mental.
Yes.
Like, and I just like
did you not go back with a box of chocolates?
I thought that would have been 2 on the nose. So I literally opened the door and just went straight out, and and I imagine those wee girls
traumatized.
They're probably still friends to this day because of that incident. You know what I mean?
Please, I hope if they're listening, hopefully we can find
them. Please reach out
because Gavin owes you something.
Oh fuck yeah!
And the only time
I will come round to your house and clean up if it's still there.
The only time we've ever played in Tyrone in what do you call a place, Castlederg, and we swore we'd never play there again.
Definitely not. No
offense to you, but
You fucking.
I thought we were being lured to our deaths. I mean, we were driving down these roads. It was like in December.
I love the way we went from me having a mad shit in random house to Castlederg. Don't get me wrong, it's a completely logical jump, but it's just.
God. I heard that
yeah.
story like a few times.
It's
and it gets
awful.
worse.
If I find-
I know that, but that feeling of like, even the time it took to explain yourself at the
Oh,
front
it's
door, you're
just
like,
panic
can we
mode,
sort this out
don't
later? Can I just let me in the house?
Panic at the Disco.
That should go in your routine.
In my routine?
You've developed
What
that
routine?
bit.
Oh, with the fucking the Divis Flats?
No, with all of it. No, the thing because you were talking. You want to do stuff.
Oh, you were saying, so Gavin, yes. Have you ever thought about doing
Yes.
stand-up?
Yes, all the time.
Okay.
I'm too shady, ironically. Or no, funnily enough.
You're what?
Too shady to do it.
Oh, yeah. What makes you say that? Have you not seen people do comedy?
I have, yeah, I have. And I've seen the way you
there's
treat them
lots of
afterwards.
reels here aren't that good.
I've seen
them out
them
the
when they
back
get banned as well.
No,
I've seen
no,
a
no.
few.
Oh, no.
But
God,
I've had
totally should.
ideas. I've had ideas, and I
Yeah.
went, oh, you know, like, how do you connect with the audience? Obviously, like, I'm 38, so I'm at a certain point in my life, this,
Yeah.
that, and the other, and I can, you know, bring people in that way.
Yeah.
You know, like, talk about, like, because a lot of people my age are getting cosmetic surgery and stuff and all they got there. Whereas my surgery, if I was to get it, would be more functional rather than,
Yes.
you know, what's
Functional.
fashionable. Do you know, because that's what it is. You know, your lips, your tits, your arms.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
shit, sorry.
Yeah.
The turkey hair and the turkey teeth. No, that's
Yeah.
all fashion. I
Yeah.
want function. When I'm going into my later years, I want things to be tip-top shape.
Yes.
So, like, I'm not going to get my fucking teeth done. I'm going to Japan to get Mitsubishi to fix my arsehole, right? So, I want to say, like, because, like, listen, Japan, they've got the toilets.
They
like,
do.
They've got the toilets. So if you want
They've got
somebody
it
to look after you,
sorted.
so
Yeah.
stuff like that. So even the fact that you only like tittered at that shows me that I'm not on the right track.
Listen, let me tell you something. This is one of the worst things about being a stand-up, right? If you try your material out with one person, it's not the same. And if you don't, I know that feeling, you'll feel your soul has been crushed because you've just tried. You're like, I think this would work on stage. You try it out in one person who goes like this, and you're like, I'll never say it again.
No, 'cause you need
I'll never open my mouth
You need the
again.
darkness. You need people to be in a group,
Yeah.
dimly lit, so they feel comfortable.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And that's the setting.
I would say
This is not the setting.
I always feel like I'm more reactive than like if you said something, I would think of something
you'd
funny
probably
to say
be good
to
at
that.
crowd work.
Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
Whereas like coming up with stuff, like I was a writer in school. I used to write like big stories and plays and all. And I had this one about like it was you know, fucking Fidel Castro and the Americans are coming to overthrow him and the people are running against them. And he's like, well, what are we going to do to no? And he's like, fajitas, and they all fucking. And then it's the old El Paso effort. You know what I mean? That's the sort of shit I used to write when I was younger. So there's lots of them.
I totally think you should try, and you should just do it for like literally do 5 minutes. 5 minutes is all you need to try to get up on stage, and just keep doing it until you start to find.
Well, I'm going to master music first.
Okay,
I'll
and
get
then
the-
once you've finished music,
Once I've
you'll move
completed
on.
music,
Would
once
you
I've played all the
would
notes.
you ever consider musical comedy, which we know is cheating?
Yeah, well, it's funny.
That's a
There's
different
been
art,
loads
man.
of times whenever we've been playing, and like just say we're like in between songs at a wedding because like with a wedding,
Yeah.
like we do the drinks reception, so people are mingling. They're not actively there for you, so you can take things a bit less, like take it a bit easier. So then, if like we're trying to think of what we're playing next, there's be times when I fucking write like I mute everything first,
Yeah.
and I'll just turn around him and I go no, and I'll write a wee fucking just off the cuff, and it's funny.
But even-
I can't do that. Like if I was to sit down and write that, I think I'm like
Yeah.
overcritical of
Yes.
the shit I've put to paper.
And
you know
again,
what I mean?
that's the same with any type of writing. Like if it's jokes or whatever, you're editing too much, you're
This
self-editing
is it,
far
yeah.
too much. But even it doesn't even have to be like writing funny songs. Like even just using music for a punchline. Like have you seen? Do you know Flight of the Conchords? Like I could see you two doing something really
Shite
similar
of the
to that.
Concords, to be honest.
No, but you know what I mean? Because they're such phenomenal musicians, and the joke is sometimes
Yeah.
in the style of music that they're singing
Yeah.
about. So, you know,
Yeah.
I could totally see you doing something like that.
The thing is, there's like a music like Bill Bailey's a guy I think of, and
Yeah.
one of my favorite bits of his is Crisis at a U2 gig.
Crisis at a U2 gig.
So he's doing the edge, you know, like where the streets have no name. He's just all
Yeah.
this delay and reverb.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like, and all the lights are going. And then he accidentally kicks the lead out of the back of his pedal board and he's just playing Jingle Bells.
yeah.
So,
yeah, that
but
sort
that
of
is,
thing.
and within the music industry, everybody knows he's not very good.
The Edge?
Yeah.
There goes
Oh, yeah.
our support
Shit.
slot.
Okay.
I'm only joking.
Thought you meant Bill Bailey.
Edge.
Bill
yes,
Bailey's
the-
a legend,
Yeah,
but no,
he
that's
is.
the thing. Like, I always think. I mean, we do stuff. We play like "Fucker Gently" by Tenacious D, a
Yes.
lot, but we don't sing it. So And we do it, and you'll always get like it's all nice, and everyone's sat down at a dinner having their fucking Caesar salad at a wedding, and you just see one wee meerkat head pop up.
All the years.
Who recognises
and you're
it?
like, but that was for you. That's just for you.
Yeah.
So it's musical comedy. Such a I like a good story about musical comedy. I had we did a show recently with Paddy Keelty at the Titanic. He was asked to be a guest speaker at the thing, and we were like the music before him.
He was finishing off the night for us, so he was.
Thanks,
That's
Paddy.
very good of him.
And about a week beforehand, his mum had sadly passed away, and I happened to say to my mum, I was like, "Oh, here, I'm doing a show with Paddy Keelty next week," and she goes, "You make sure you tell him you're sorry." And I was like, "Mum, 1 million people have told him that. I'm not going to tell him that, but I do have a story." So when the Waterfront Hall first opened, I think it was 1997, I think, Paddy Keelty did a comedy show, and he had the Divine Comedy as his backing band.
Right.
And he sang a song. No, sorry, it was 98, apologies, September 98. And David Beckham had just been sent off for England
In the
against
World
Argentina. And the whole David Starr, Bill Clinton, Monica Lewinsky thing had come out. So we did a parody of Candle in the Wind.
Okay.
But it was about Monica Lewinsky and Bill Clinton and about David Beckham getting sent off. And it was very, very funny. And it was the first like comedy song I ever really... Because I was like 15, 16, so I really fell in love with it.
Yeah.
So I couldn't play piano, but I figured out, and I was like, I figured out the song, and then I figured out guitar. And then when I went to uni, I used to play it at house parties because there was never a violin, but there was always a guitar.
Yeah.
So I would play it, and like, you know, like, but I went to uni in England where English girls were like, oh, Belfast boy, oh, he sings, oh, he's funny. So when Paddy was there backstage, I went up and said, "Paddy, I need to thank you." And he said, "Why?" I says, and I reminded him of the song and the show, and he says, "Jesus, Mick, no one's talked to me about that show in so long."
Yeah.
And I says, "No, but I need to thank you." He went, "Why?" I says, "Because I've had sex with women way out of my league, and it's all thanks to you." And he just fell down. He's like, "That's so funny." It's like, "No, but thank you, because I never would have lost my virginity if it wasn't for you." So there you go.
That's lovely.
Yeah. Thanks, Paddy. Actually, if we ever get on the late, I don't think I'll be allowed to tell that story.
No.
So I'm putting it out now.
Yeah. Just tell him backstage.
Just clip it.
But like, I'm not going to harp on about I think you should do comedy, but the one thing I like about doing comedy is not trying to be too like fit into the box of like what people expect stand up to be. So it doesn't have to be just like joke or just songs or just, I think you could totally.
See, I always think like I like things like anecdotal sort of comedy. Don't like you tell a story because I always think like as people tell the story, like stuff will pop into their head as they're reciting it back. Do you know what I mean? And then they can sort of go off on a tangent that way. Do you know what I mean? But again, it's one of those things like I like just overly self-critical. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I think that's just the human condition.
Very
really,
natural.
Isn't it? Like,
very natural.
Like with music with us, it's like I'm not talking, I'm not doing anything. I'm playing guitar, and he's doing all the hard stuff.
Yeah,
so it's like, I just sit there and fucking you know what I mean, comb my beard.
I say step out of your comfort zone, go and do it just for the crack. There's like no pressure. Like go ask Luke McKibben to give you 5 minutes at the PAV. It's on a Monday night.
I will preface the whole set.
He will let you do it.
Although I'll preface the whole thing. It was if this is shit, blame Teresa.
Yeah.
Doing Scundered for you, Teresa.
And then I have another story to tell.
There you go.
I recommended this guy.
This guy lynched in the pavilion.
I mean, I agree with you, Teresa. I think he should do it. I mean, as far as us doing like comedy in that way, I kind of like the whole, because we've curated our own audience. So when we put tickets on for shows, and the people who come and see us, they know what they expect, so we can always be a wee bit more free. And there is funny things that happen maybe live. There might be stuff that we've rehearsed or whatever, little stories. There's little quips and remarks, but I kind of like the whole thing of like that's developed more so over the years.
Yes,
and then actually it really, because then it's like the music really is actually focused thing. Then you're telling these funny jokes, but then you're hitting them with this unbelievable performance. And it's kind of like I'm not definitely not that league ever, but like that's what happened with Billy Connolly. Billy Connolly was a funny folk singer.
Yeah.
And then he just did less and less and less of the music.
Yeah.
But he was still an incredible musician.
Yeah.
It was just his agent was like, but they want to hear your jokes, so you're just gonna have to put it away.
Yeah.
Like we would never get to that point, but it's I kind of just like the way that it naturally
No, because what you've developed as your stage act as a band is so authentic. It's so unique to you two. So I take it all back. Keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Sorry for that advice.
It's a very competitive marketplace.
I'm gonna ask for more embarrassing stories, but before I get to that, I'm gonna read you a story that somebody has sent me.
Make me feel better about
and
myself.
Ask you.
I thought this was going to be an ad for Manscaped or something.
No, watch it.
The Lawnmower 2.0 is
what number are they on now?
You shave your balls.
Okay, so somebody has sent me this in, and she was very careful because she knows I'm terrible at anonymizing names. There's no names in this one. So somebody has sent me this. Okay. So I'll read you the start of this and you tell me what you think makes it embarrassing. What happens next, okay?
Excellent.
My friend had recently gone out with a local celebrity. Now, read what you will of a celebrity. Maybe it was you, I don't know. So, recently gone out with a local celebrity. Nothing serious, just a few snogs here and there, right? A few weeks later, I had the opportunity to go on live radio to promote something I was doing for work, a charity fundraiser. It just so happens this local celebrity was there too and sitting right next to me in the waiting area. So I did what any good friend does. I went to take a sneaky picture of them to send to my friend and say, look where I am. I could have asked the celebrity, could I take a picture with you? But instead I was trying to do a wee sneaky one. So what happens next?
Flash goes off. So it does. It's always the way, isn't it? Like, right in the fucking face too. Jesus Christ.
I reckon they sent the photo to the
celebrity instead of to their friend.
Or fucking drop the phone or something on like live radio and just... You hear that? Like, fucking...
Oh yeah, no, this is them sitting outside. So just trying just trying to sort of discreetly take a photo.
They've sent it to them by accident, which I've never sent one of them pictures. That's solely my mistake.
Well, you're psychic because it's exactly what you said, Gavin. So she says, I took a photo and only then realised the flash was on and I actually wanted to die. I got caught on trying to take a sneaky picture with the person standing right in front of me. So there you sold it straight away.
Do you remember whenever...
Sorry, I was just meant to have legs.
It's a shite story, love. Embarrass yourself better next time.
Oh, dear.
Well,
if it had been in the urinal when you're trying to take a stick... I know.
I sent him a picture of his own lad.
So you've never accidentally sent a picture to somebody or a message to somebody
sent a message, but I've been quick enough to catch it and delete it. But I've never...
Oh, I've sent the fucking picture to you.
Actually,
God.
we'll come to that. No, like sometimes, for example, because like obviously I've got my own Instagram, then I've got ours. Like I've maybe do
Mix
stuff like that, I'll get them confused.
Yeah.
But then you've got the Instagram connected to the Facebook, so you have to go, shit, I have to go into the Facebook.
I know.
And it's never like, it's usually like, oh, am I drinking or am I it's nothing embarrassing.
Yeah.
But Gavin, take it away.
Well, this goes to the other story then.
Oh, it's the other story. Go for
So
it.
I'll take two because I've embarrassed myself more. Like, he didn't have I think he embarrassed himself by telling us all that he didn't lose his virginity until his 20s. Like, so
nothing wrong with that.
That's 19.
19.
Go ahead.
You're all right. You're under the catchment.
Look, he was very academic. All right, he was concentrating on his grades. Go ahead.
Just frigid, man.
That's what you do. You're when you get home from the supermarket, don't you? You just frigid.
Right.
So
let's hear your embarrassing story.
About
number two.
Well, that's what the first one was about. So so when me and my wife first got together, we've known each other since we were like 14, 15, but we didn't start going out with each other until we were like 24.
Okay.
And I remember like 3 or 4 weeks into us going out together, I was blocked, and I was like, oh, and she was like, just chatting shit. She doesn't drink, so I could imagine and. I says that she was like, oh, I've never been here and I've never been there. She goes, oh, I've never been to Paris. I was like, I'll take you to Paris someday. Someday, right? 8 years later and 2 kids and a mortgage, right? We finally go on our first holiday together. And we went to Paris and we booked into St. Christopher's Hostel, which was like
romantic.
I know. Oh, we were skint, but it was like, we're doing this. We're doing fucking something.
Yeah.
So I booked the flights and she paid for everything else, right? So
you're a catch, Gavin.
This is it.
Go for it.
I cook a mean curry. And so we fucking first time without the kids, all that sort of stuff. And it was, I remember there was a summer, when was this? Probably about 5 years ago, and it was fucking scorching. Like, I mean, like, worst summer. So we were in Paris. I packed nothing but jeans and boots. Oh, God, and it was fucking scorching, right? Yeah. So the heat I blame the heat for this, right? So we went out, and we got there early enough, put our stuff away, didn't really see the hostel, just put our shit in the room, went straight out. And obviously we're like, oh, we're having drinks, we're doing this and that there. So we get back to the hostel, right? And the hostel is transformed into a 2000s R&B fucking club, like full on club.
Okay.
We're the only 2 white fuckers in the place, right? Okay. Not but we're having the fucking crack. We're loving it, my wife. It's all Usher and fucking all 2000s, like
gonna
fucking,
get low.
Oh, here, apple bottom jeans. We're fucking hitting the floor everywhere. Drake wasn't even there in them days. He was yet to arrive. So we're having great shots and all this here. Next thing I remember, I'm in the shower crying, right? I'm like, how the fuck did I get into the shower? Like, not crying, like sobbing, like weeping, going, what did I get here? Like, out there, and my wife's like standing there in the door looking at me, going, "Are you fucking serious?" Like, out there. So we'd went to bed, and I had blacked out.
Oh my God.
And the next thing I'm in the shower, and I just remember, like, I didn't even fully comprehend what had happened, and I was sitting like trying to play the fucking victim, like drunk as fuck, going, "But look at this from my perspective, Vanilla.
This is very scary for me.
I get in here?" Like, so the next morning she wakes me up and she goes, "You know what you did last night?" I was like, "I haven't got a fucking clue. Like, I have throbbing headaches. Day 2 of a 3-day trip. I spent most of it in bed." And she goes, "I woke up to you pissing on our fucking luggage, on our passports, on our money, on everything." And then I like started laughing. Like,
no, that was not the appropriate response.
Because I'm laughing at myself going, and there's me in the fucking shower going, "Woo!"
Oh my God.
So yeah, so she spent the next day fucking washing all our shit.
God love her.
I know, she's a fucking trooper.
Were you doing some sort of protest? Like, I never want to go home.
No, I never want to go to Paris
soil
again.
my
Fuck
passport.
Paris. But no, I think it was just what was the heat and the fact that
It was. Sorry, excuse me.
It was the
That's
heat.
the most Irish thing ever.
It was the heat. Here. Have you ever seen this song in Ireland? No, we've never seen it before. So
Yeah, I've been very hot before. I haven't pissed all over somebody else's belongings.
to be fair, I've also done it when I haven't been very hot. So.
Can I just jump in for a second? We are available for corporate bookings and weddings, and 97% of the people who have been married with us are still together.
Yeah, well, this is what did he say? Something in our favour, like, no, I am losing us business here with these.
No,
stories.
you're not.
So, but so that was like fucking. Like, we laugh about it now, but I laugh about it more like, "Ah, what a fucking dickhead," and she laughs about it more like, "You're fucking lucky. You are so
lucky.
fucking lucky."
Holiday of a lifetime. Do you have some evidence in your phone?
Oh yes. Oh, so that night, yes, this is where we went down and party for a bit, and then went back to like freshen up and then go back down. So I was like, "Here, Fernanda, take a picture," and I stripped completely naked, put on a pair of sunglasses, and had one of those giant bottles of fucking beer.
Oh my God.
And I lay on the bed like a fucking like Patrick Starfish, right? Fucking yeah, they got there with these sunglasses on, thinking I was cool as a cucumber. And she got a picture, and then I sent it to him, but I did hide my modesty before I sent it to him.
Okay.
So it is.
What did you
But
hide
it's a
the
fucking
modesty
classic
with?
picture. It
Yeah.
should be hanging up in the Louvre.
By the way, see, before we carry on, I'm going to show us to Teresa. Are you okay for Luke to slide this one in?
We love a double entendre.
As long as he calls himself father, look.
To share that. You don't have to share this. Oh, Jesus. Oh my God.
For the audio listeners, what's wrong with you? Get on the YouTube and see this. Gavin,
Your legs look so
in his
long.
drunken stupor, in his drunken stupor, decided to Photoshop our logo over his cock and balls.
That looks like an album cover to me.
We should have done that instead of Grindr.
Yes. You'd be selling out the
Fucking
SSE
Wembley and
arena.
all be full.
Oh my God. Well, I need a stiff drink now. That's
I was holding one there. No, it's fuck it. I don't care. I'm at the edge. I really don't give a fuck anymore.
Yeah.
So I slide it in all you want. Look.
By the way, was this like a shared hostel room?
No.
Thank God, after saying that.
Imagine
Like,
that.
The other people walking in, there's a photo shoot going on.
There was an incident in
and
Dublin with a shirt.
you're there dressed like Nelly, like putting your,
I'm a wee plaster
scarf
on
and your
all.
plaster.
It's my brother. He's in jail. I'll be in jail soon as well. Yeah. But I know it was such crack. Like, although like
It does actually sound like good crack. It doesn't sound that romantic, if I'm
No,
being honest
no.
now, but it does sound like good crack.
2 kids, a dog, and a fucking mortgage. What romance?
Yeah,
is
more
Romance
that?
is
romance
just
to me.
being away.
Well,
Just
this is it. Do you know what I
yeah.
mean? Just out of the usual. Do you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
no, I go anywhere where like she's fucking class crack. Obviously, I'm not. I have to go everywhere with her because she's my fucking minder. So yes.
I know the most romantic thing he ever gets is with me when we do our Christmas do, because there's only the two of us.
It's so boring.
So we go to
It's
Edo.
so
We used to go
boring.
to Edo, lovely restaurant there in town, and
love it,
it's
yeah.
great. And he'll tell the waiters it's our anniversary, so they'll bring over
champagne
The
and
thing
all.
is, I know Johnny, the owner, anyway,
Yeah.
but the waitress doesn't know who we are, and then he'll walk in and go, "Do you want a drink, Mick?" And I'm going, "Aye, sure, whatever." And there you go. That's the romance. So shout out to Edo, your guanciale is.
Where's my strawberries? My cream?
We're good. We're going to have to stop at some point.
fine.
All right, but Mick, we didn't get an embarrassing story from
My,
you,
Please.
so
well,
I
my
need to hear one.
embarrassing story is a bit of a letdown because they're more like, oh no,
Oh, no, they're gonna make you
laughed.
sad.
He laughed his balls off whenever I told him it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
But you'll go because you know me. You'll be like, I just want to give you a wee hug, Mick.
Okay,
All right, quickly.
maybe I won't.
As I show you out the door.
No, right. This is here, I can't believe I'm going to do this. I can't name the people
No.
or the person because
Okay.
she might hear it. She's very lovely, but she might hear
What's
it.
her name?
Falula.
Falula phalange.
Yeah. So yeah, basically we were doing a gig a few years ago, and we were asked to do support for a local artist. A local artist who's normally a solo artist, but had hired a band to play with him on stage. And so we came down for sound checks before, and they were sound checking, and there was a lady on the stage who caught my eye. And I thought, fuck, she's lovely. Got to chatting afterwards, and she was really pretty, and we got on very, very well. We had a lot in common. And then we went to our sound check, and she was like, oh, you sound amazing. I've never seen you before, but wow. I was like, oh, thanks very much. All good, good, good. Gets to showtime. My friend, Lauren, I can name her. Hi, Lauren. She was there also because her new boyfriend was also in this other band. But I had met him, so she's like, oh, I just started seeing him. I was like, oh, he's lovely, lovely. And then she was like, my God, girl, she's really into you, isn't she? I was like, yeah, she is, isn't she? I'm going to ask her out. So now the show carries on, and after the show, we're all having drinks and having a great time and chatting away. And there's like a circle of us. And I know everybody in the circle, apart from like sort of one person who's sort of standing there sheepishly. But I thought nothing of it. So the girl who I really liked, we exchanged numbers. And then it's like, do you want to maybe get coffee or something sometime? She was like, yeah, I'd love that. And I said, do you know established coffee? And she went, yeah, I love it in there. I says, well, when are you free? She went, I'm actually free tomorrow. I was like, oh, great. Let's go tomorrow for a wee coffee. Met, coffee, lunch. I paid. I'm a gentleman. What?
Chivalry.
I'm not a feminist, so I bought lunch. I'm only joking. I am. But we had lunch and been an hour and a half together, a couple of cups of coffee, lovely. She had a meeting in town. I walked her to her meeting and give her a wee hug. Nice, lovely time. Thank you so much. I'll see you. Thank you. Like it was a fucking business transaction.
Thanks for your charity. Thanks for donating.
So she carries on with her day. It's all grand. So I'm all sort of on top of her. I go, fuck, she's lovely, and that was really, I got on really well with her. That's great. Leave it a day, as you do.
Yeah.
And then message again. I was like, hey, how's things? Yeah, all good, all good. I was like, do you remember that restaurant that I was talking to you about? And she was like, yeah, so the table for two available on like next Thursday. Are you free? Do you want to go?
Yeah.
And she goes, actually, I am free. That would be lovely. Can my boyfriend come?
Oh, Jesus.
And I said, because I'm a professional, I went, of course he can. As long as he pays his way.
Mick.
But then I went, oh, so I backtracked there. So your boyfriend? She was like, did I not tell you I have a boyfriend? And I went, no. So immediately,
She knew exactly what was going on.
So I text my mate Lauren, and I goes, Lauren, and I sent her the screen. I was like, did I read this wrong?
No.
And she was like, no, Mick, I saw, she was into you. And I went, right, okay. And so I was like, oh, no worries. I nearly said her name there. I went, oh, no, you're grand, you're grand.
Morris.
I said, no, you're grand, it's fine. Maybe we've just got mixed signals, but you're all the best. I'll see you about. Grand. And so I obviously told my friend, and I was fucking gutted. I was like, oh, I can't believe I've misread that. That's so weird. Yeah. It turns out the person in the group who was sort of cowering around the corner, who I didn't know, was the boyfriend. But I don't know if he was just intimidated or he just, because I'm twice his size, I don't know. But he never at any point took part in, and he never really not laid claim to his woman, but showed that he was with her.
Yeah.
I told him and his wife, and for about 3 weeks, every time I'd be offered coffee in their house, I go, no, Mick, it's just, we're just friends.
No,
we're just friends.
The best bit was the first time when I told Fanula, and then he picked me up to go for a wedding. Right, and then we were walking out the door, and Fanula goes, Mick, don't be asking the bride out for coffee now. And I fucking died. I was like, she comes off with some belters, like, over there, he's like, fucking it. And he was just like, get me out of here to fuck.
Oh my God. Yeah. That was entirely on that woman.
But
that was entirely on her.
They're no longer together. She's now happily married with kids, and it's all grand. Good luck to her. But it was,
you missed out.
But even to not, you see, for you to say, I don't think
she knows this. By the way, if she sees this clip and puts it together, I expect a message to be like,
to respond. When you said,
I've
got a table and free table for a restaurant, and for her to go, oh, how lovely, yes, please, and I'll bring my husband. That was her opportunity to go, oh, sorry, it's not been clear. Well, yeah. I'm actually in a relationship. That was so weird.
But yeah, sure.
Totally on her.
Well, we know I seem to attract them anyway, because I told you about that off podcast.
What?
About the girl.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I messaged you and went, hey, I met this girl. She said she see me when we did War Fuse. And you were like, oh, that's amazing. And then it turns out she was married. I was like, eh.
Yeah, I attract the crazies.
Actually, you might want to cut that bit.
Yeah, we'll cut that bit out.
I am the crazy in the relationship, which is handy. Like, so I attract like, calmness.
You're like a magnet. Yeah.
So.
Listen, we are going to finish there. So Jesus Christ. This sign. That actually wasn't me.
Actually, just take your clothes off and we'll get a picture of you wearing that.
Recreates your one in Paris with just the sign. Oh my goodness.
We'll do a side by side. Let put it to the audience vote. Who's is better?
Thank you both for coming. I have a sore head from laughing, which is always a good sign. So go and find the String Ninjas online and find out where their next gig is, because they are really, really good. They're brilliant and they're good crack. Go and see them. And thank you both so much.
It's our pleasure. We appreciate it. It's so nice to get out of the house.